Everyone remembers me taking the bite. No one remembers that I wasn't alone. He was there, watching, silent. I was the one who moved. But I wasn't the only one who chose. The garden was real, not a story, not a symbol. I remember the wind in the trees, the way the light moved across the rivers, the way the animals weren't afraid of me. I didn't feel small there. I didn't feel wrong. I was made for it, shaped by hands that knew me before I even breathed. And God, I didn't just believe in him. I walked with him. His voice wasn't thunder. It was peace. Every leaf, every sound, every sunrise. It was like being inside a song that never ended. And then there was Adam. He wasn't my master. He wasn't my owner. We were made side by side, bone to bone, breath to breath. He was strength. I was life. And it was good. We laughed, we worked, we rested. There was no shame, no comparison, just two souls, whole and unbroken. But even in paradise, there was a question, a boundary. One tree, not hidden, not locked away. Right there, in the middle of it all. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil. I passed it every day. Sometimes I wondered, not because I wanted to rebel, but because I wanted to understand. Why create something so powerful and then say, "Don't touch"? I never wandered far from the tree. I wasn't obsessed with it. I just noticed it. It was different. Everything in the garden bloomed and gave freely. This one tree, it stood still, like it was holding something back. I asked questions. Why this tree? Why this rule? What happens if we touch it? And that's when the voice came. Not a hiss, not a threat. A whisper. Did God really say? It knew what I was thinking. It didn't lie. Not at first. It asked. It invited. He just doesn't want you to know. He knows you'll be like him, knowing good and evil. And for a moment, that made sense. Why would he create a mind capable of wonder and then punish me for using it? I wasn't greedy. I wasn't hungry for power. I was hungry to understand, to know why I was told to stay small. And I wasn't alone. Adam was there. He heard the serpent too. He saw the fruit too. I took it? Yes. But he took it too. I didn't trick him. I didn't force him. We both reached. The fruit didn't burn in my hands. It was sweet. And in that moment, I didn't feel like I had fallen. I felt awake. The moment I swallowed, the world didn't collapse. The trees still stood. The wind still moved. I didn't feel evil. I felt awake. Like I had stepped into a light I didn't know existed. I looked at Adam. He looked at me. And for the first time, we saw each other. Not just with eyes, with judgment. I wasn't just Eve anymore. I was a woman. And suddenly, that felt like something to hide. That's when the shame came in. Not when I ate. When he looked away, we ran, covered ourselves with leaves. Why? No one had told us to be ashamed. We just were. Because the silence after the bite said more than any curse ever could. Then we heard him, God, walking, calling, but not to me. Adam, where are you? Not Eve, not you both, just Adam. And when he asked what happened, Adam pointed at me. The woman you gave me, she gave me the fruit. And just like that, I was no longer his equal. I was his excuse. That's what broke me, not the fruit. The moment I realized the man who was made beside me now stood behind me. And I would carry that weight for generations. People think the fall happened when I ate the fruit, but that wasn't the moment everything broke. The real fall? It was when Adam stopped standing with me. It was when God called him by name, and I became the woman. That was the beginning of silence, of blame, of being rewritten. They gave me a name, Eve, after the garden. It means mother of all living. But for generations, it's been used like a curse. They say I brought sin into the world, that I'm the reason for death, But the fruit wasn't cursed. I was, not by God, but by memory, by interpretation, by men who needed someone to blame. When God spoke of pain in childbirth, I didn't hear the punishment. I heard a prophecy, because from my body would come pain, yes, but also promise. Generations would rise from me. A seed would come, one who would crush the serpent. That was never a curse. That was a future. But no one ever told that part of the story. They just said, I bit the fruit, and that everything went dark. But the truth is, the world didn't fall when I opened my eyes. It fell when everyone else closed theirs. I've had centuries to think about what I did, about what they said I did. I didn't fall. I chose. Was it the right choice? Maybe not. But it wasn't made out of weakness. It was made from the weight of wanting to understand, to see. The fruit didn't make me evil. It made me aware. And I've carried that awareness every day since. My name is Eve. It means life, not death. I was the first to carry a child. The first to bury one, too. Don't talk to me about curses. If you've never held both joy and grief in the same body, I am not the serpent. I am not the villain. I am the beginning. And if you need to blame me, go ahead. But remember this, the garden was already cracking. Before I ever reached for the fruit, I just stopped pretending everything was perfect. And I chose to see. If you've ever been blamed for something you didn't do, if you've ever been silenced, misunderstood, or rewritten, then maybe now you understand me. This is more than just a story. It's a voice, finally heard. So if it moved you, subscribe to the channel, share this video. We're on a journey to reach 1,000 subscribers, and every person who joins helps bring these forgotten voices back to life. Thank you for listening. May you always seek truth, even when it's inconvenient. My name is Eve, and I am not your curse. I am life.